Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 50th episode. Hey, holidays are every day, and it is the 50th episode, everybody. Happy 50th episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Now, I do want to celebrate the 50th episode, but I also want this to be a normal episode, so go to that time period if you want to just skip over the whole celebration of the 50th episode and just go straight to the main part of the episode, or the other half of the main part of the episode. So let's celebrate real quick by going over all the changes over the 50 episodes. So first, I want to talk about the first 5 episodes. As you may or may not remember, or have even seen, they were very different from what the show became today. It was just the wrong approach. I was trying to go at it as like a mix between whatever and unscripted, not intentionally, but that is clearly how it came out. Welcome to the first episode of Hey, basically just a version of Unscripted that has just me in it. It also had an unfitting news channel style to it. It is actually Celebrate Your Name Week for this entire week. The only thing that really stuck with the show, other than the obvious, is the fact that it was really raw. If you've ever seen my show, Whatever, that show was totally scripted. I literally wrote down every single thing that I was going to say. With Hey, when it first started, I absolutely wrote nothing. I said, that's the holiday, I want to do this, and then I filmed it, and that was it. It now has a lot of preparation. I write down a lot of notes. I make like PowerPoints. I make them really like fancy too, and nobody else sees them but me. Yeah. Put a lot of work into these things, people. Point is, it was going in the wrong direction, and so I brought my old show, Whatever, back.
Isn't that great?
Now, when I did that, I only brought it back for 1 episode, and then fans and friends told me, are you crazy? You're gonna bring this Equals 3 ripoff show back when you created this pretty original idea show, and it's a great idea, and you're just gonna stop it after 5 episodes? What are you doing? I thought, well, that's kind of true. I do really like the idea of the show, Hey. I just made the wrong approach, so I totally made a new approach with episode 6, Barbie in a Blender. I mean, that's cool. And that's what started what it pretty much still is today, although there have been a lot of changes, and a lot of changes you probably haven't even noticed. First of all, I want to talk about the intro. It changed 3 times. First, obviously, it was blue and green, then it changed to gray and black. Then I decided I want it to be more white and black, so I adjusted it slightly so it was more white and black. And it also looks stretched out, so I fixed that, and that's pretty much the only change that's been with the intro. It's been the same theme song since the beginning. I think the song really fits the show, and it's pretty catchy, so I've kept that. The style of my editing has also changed and become more complex. When I say what holiday it is, the logo has become a lot more interactive than it originally was. And today's holiday is Barbie in a Blender Day, is Musical Yoga Day. I started putting the date in the upper left corner so you knew exactly what day that holiday is on. And I've just put a lot more time and work into the editing as the show has been going on, if you haven't noticed. The content. One of the biggest things that I personally love about this show compared to Whatever is that it's always different. You never know what to expect. Sure, I've started trends of episodes like showing you pictures like the cool cupcakes one, cool lighthouses, weird piercings. I've also done multiple episodes on facts about certain things. But other than following some of the old trends every once in a while, I do try to change it up. And especially this year, I really want to try to go way out there, places I've never gone near before, to celebrate holidays in totally different ways than I've ever done, and trying to stay away from old trends, do them less often. And of course, the outro / end slate has changed a few times. Originally, it was literally the same thing as the intro. It just had a different part of the theme song in it. Then it was revamped into something totally different, but there was a big problem with it, and I didn't even change it until very recently, till episode 47, when the outro changed, like, I revamped it again. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. And other than minor changes, the end slate was pretty much like that for a long time, and there was a big problem with it that it didn't change until episode 47, and that big problem is the logo took up like half the freaking screen. I mean, yeah, I guess I like to show you guys what you're watching, but I mean, by the end of the episode, I'm pretty sure you already know what you're watching. I don't need a freaking logo to take up half the screen. So anyway, I fixed that problem starting just 3 episodes ago. totally revamped it, added a section where I could just talk to the fans. I've seen other YouTubers do this style. I've always kind of liked it, never considered doing it myself until now. I often talked about like just off-topic things at the end of the episode, and I felt that it was out of place to have it in the episode, so I made it part of the outro now. And I also left some extra room in case I want to put in like bloopers or
You think they left
outtakes or something. And of course, I added a section where you can click on to the next video instead of just the previous video. And lastly, just fun fact about that, when you click on the next video, even when it's not out yet, it will actually lead you to a link. And it just says private video, but that is the actual link to the next episode. I filmed these things a week early, so when a new episode comes out, there's already 2 more episodes on YouTube. They're just on private. So when you click on next video and it leads you to a private video, that's the actual link. You just can't see the video yet. Hey! Holidays are every day, and today's holiday is Milk Day. Now, I want to celebrate this holiday by celebrating the absence of milk. Ever since I was a kid, I would always run out of milk before I ran out of cereal, and I wasn't a big fan of dry cereal, so I had nothing to replace it with, and I've always wondered, is there something that I could replace it with that I might have around my house more commonly than milk? And speaking of old trends from earlier, I've done an episode like this before where I take ingredients from something that you probably don't have, replace it with something more common so that you have no excuse to not make it anytime you want. Now, when I was a kid, I was always too scared to try different things with the cereal because I was afraid it would taste bad, but if you've ever seen my show, Whatever, I've eaten a lot of weird things, so I'm pretty sure I can do this.
Cut a little bit of that off. 1. Oh! Oh! Here we go. Oh god! Oh, horrible. Oh! Oh, it's horrible.
Okay, first, let's try the most obvious, water. Well, that's interesting. By the way, the cereal kind I'm using is Honey Nut Cheerios. And that's very important because you expect to taste milk because the consistency of the water is so similar, but it's like no flavor. But the other weird part is the honey, the sweetness of the honey seems to get in the water. So it is still slightly satisfying. If I really wanted some cereal, I would seriously consider using water. Next up, staying breakfast related, orange juice. You know, the flavor of the Cheerios, not necessarily the honey part, but the flavor of the Cheerios, it kind of goes with it, you know? It is kind of saying you're supposed to be drinking me while eating this, but not necessarily that you're supposed to do it at the same time. But it's also not bad. With the water, I'd have to be kind of desperate. With this, I'd have to be wanting cereal pretty badly. Once again, still staying breakfast related, black coffee. Now I do realize that you could just use, Whoa! What the? Jesus, this mug is terrible. Now I do realize that you probably could just use coffee creamer, but in my house, we always have the flavored kind of creamer, so I feel like it'd be weird. Plus it's too close to milk anyway, so I didn't really want to try that one. I'm really trying to go left field, but also trying to make it so it's still good. Keyword there is trying. Again, not terrible. Totally made the cereal soggy right away. I mean, I just poured this and the cereal is very, very soft. I mean, it's weird. Like it doesn't really go, but I'm not like gagging. It's not terrible, you know? I mean, so far it's been in order, you know? I think I'd kind of go for water. Orange juice, I'd have to be pretty desperate. That, I'd have to be even a little more desperate. Still sticking with stuff that you probably more commonly have around your house than milk. Soda. That doesn't work, dude. See, it's not even really the taste. It's the fizziness that makes it so bad. We're getting into territory now where it's like, I wouldn't get this desperate for cereal. And lastly, once again for the people that just miss watching me go through pain doing crazy challenges, but still sticking with common house items, mustard. Oh! Now see, the problem with this is it needs to be a liquid that goes with cereal, okay? Mustard is a lost quid. Ever seen SpongeBob? You'd get that. You know, if I you know how long it's been since I've gagged because of a YouTube video? That's actually since the wrong house prank, I think. Did I say it was spicy mustard, by the way? You know, can we just accept that anything goes with cereal at this point? I didn't necessarily like the fizziness of the soda with the cereal, but the taste, yeah, it was alright. The mustard, the spiciness kind of makes it weird, like spicy cereal, that doesn't work. But going past that, the taste, it's not horrible. I think anything goes with cereal. That's what we've established. If you don't have milk at your house, replace it with any liquid and it will work. I guarantee. Alright, thank you for watching this episode, everybody. Thanks for liking and commenting and sharing and subscribing and checking out my other YouTube channels and liking my Facebook page and following me on Twitter. And that's it. Thank you all for staying tuned for 50 episodes. If you have, stay tuned. Have you seen all 50 episodes? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'll give you a shout out if I remember to. If you've seen all 50 episodes, because you are one loyal person if you've seen all 50 episodes. And now I eat cereal. Is there a logo on the back of this? I don't think there is.